Right now, Spain is observing 3 days of national mourning for the victims of Sunday's deadly train crash. At least 40 people were killed when a high-speed train traveling to Madrid derailed and then collided with an oncoming train. CBS News foreign correspondent Chris Livesey is there.
Passengers say it felt like an earthquake, stunned after their bodies were thrown through the air. A train worker urges them to stay inside the carriage, unaware of what awaits them outside. Train cars crushed and folded after two high-speed trains collided near the rural town of Adamuz in southern Spain. As for what caused the crash, investigators can only say what this was not. Not a high-speed curve, not a known bottleneck, not a complicated junction.
El accidente es tremendamente extraño.
Spain's transport minister called the accident extremely strange. It happened on a straight stretch of track. All the railway experts are extremely surprised. Residents were among the first on the scene, like this man who shuttled survivors to safety on his four-wheeler. There were people with missing limbs, he said. They were crying. Nobody was born to see this. Victims still remain trapped beneath tons of twisted metal, but first responders tell us the focus has shifted from rescue to recovery. And is there still any hope of finding survivors?
No.
Now check out the crash site behind me, but also the tracks themselves and just how straight they are. It's one of the reasons why investigators are so baffled as to how a derailment could have happened here. Now, according to Reuters, one of those investigators said they found a piece of a broken joint that would link the tracks together here, which could have been part of the problem. It's too soon to tell, however, and they won't know for weeks, if not longer. Errol?
So they got a lot more investigations to do because it's unless something, just simply thinking, the only way a train can derail is that there's something that makes the train derail. There's something on the tracks. Either the track is broken, something on the tracks, something. That's the only way. If it's just a straight path, not going too fast, anything like that. But we got to wait for more investigation to come out. So let's go over to this next video and see if they tell us anything different.
In southern Spain, the number of dead from Sunday night's high-speed train collision has risen to 41, and the country has begun 3 days of official mourning. Our recovery crews are using cranes to lift up the train cars, looking for victims underneath. Chris Livesey is at the scene with the latest on the investigation into the cause of that crash.
Passengers say it felt like an earthquake, stunned after their bodies were thrown through the air. A train worker urges them to stay inside the carriage, unaware of what awaits them outside. Train cars crushed and folded after two high-speed trains collided near the rural town of Adamuz in southern Spain.
We already know about this. Let's go to the survivor and see what else we can find out.
Había algunos que estaban muy bien y hay gente que estaba muy, muy mal, muy mal. Y los tenías delante y sabías que se te iban y no puedes hacer nada.
¿Y tu hermana vino luego la ambulancia, los bomberos? ¿Quién la rescató?
Los bomberos la rescataron del tren y se lo llevó la ambulancia, bueno, junto conmigo. Nos fuimos directamente al hospital y ahora que ella está en observación y estamos esperando, pues aprovecho para buscar a mi perro. Por favor, si podéis ayudar a buscar los animales, que tenemos muchos y son familia también. Estaba en este lado, entonces yo me empecé a levantar un poco y ahí es cuando dije, ya esto yo viajo mucho en tren y esto no es normal. Y ahí es cuando miré a mi hermana. O sea, la busqué y fue el último momento que yo recuerdo antes de que todo estuviera oscuro. Y de repente solo se escuchó gritos.
¿Cómo saliste del tren?
Me ayudó gente que estaba bien, rompieron los cristales y me sacaron porque yo estaba con mucha sangre.
A contractor who worked.
Absolutely crazy situation. No matter how you look at it, and then at one point she was asking, "Please, where are my pets?" She doesn't even know where her dog, her dog, who were like family to her. It's a tragic situation, but they still haven't found out. Let's go over into an AI breakdown to see if they tell us anything else. But like they said, it happened on Sunday, January 18th, resulting in a significant casualties and a national mourning. So the time and location, so it happened around 7:45 p.m. In a town, I'm not even going to try to say the name, around about 360 kilometers from Madrid. So as of January 20th, 42 people have confirmed dead and over 120 people were injured. with dozens remaining hospitalized, including several intensive care. So the trains involved, we got the two trains traveling to, so one had 300 passengers, one had 184 passengers. The disaster began when the last two carriages of the train derailed while traveling on a straight stretch of track. These derailed cars crossed the paths of the ongoing train, which struck with them within seconds. The force of the impact sent the first two carriages down 13 feet embankment. These cars were bored and burnt. These cars bore the brunt of the casualties. So the investigation, let's go. So early evidence points to the faulty broken rail joint, fish plate, which may have been the cause of the widened gap in the tracks. A railway worker union revealed it has sent several letters since August of 2025 warning of the severe wear and tear and maintenance issues on the specific line. Ooh. So authorities have virtually ruled out human error, speeding, and any kind of sabotage. Well, that's a big. So y'all see that last, the prior warnings. That's gonna call. Well, this is I'm assuming lawsuits will happen, because if this is in America, that's the first thing I'm thinking about. Lawsuits. People are gonna file 1 million lawsuits. So remember, a railway worker union revealed that it has sent several letters since August of 2025 noting the severe wear and tear and the maintenance issues. So that means they knew that there was several problems on the tracks. And this sounds like it could have been prevented. So the response, so the Prime Minister, 3 days of national mourning starting January 2026. King and Queen visited the crash site and injured survivors on Tuesday. The high-speed rail service between Madrid remains heavily disrupted and suspended while the line is being inspected and cleared. So what are the current status of the investigation of the broken rail joints? The investigation has confirmed the discovery of a broken rail joint, but authorities are still working to determine if that is the cause of the derailment. Has cautioned against premature speculation, emphasizing that while the broken joint was found, it is not yet officially confirmed that it has the originating factor of the crash. The key questions for the investigation is whether the track broke first, causing the derailment, or if the derailment caused the track to break. Okay, that is a good point. That is a very good point. This is a tragic situation. Over 40 people have died. Let's see, what's the numbers, what they mentioned again. 42 people have died and over 100 people have been injured. We got to pray for them. It's a tragic situation, but this just goes to show that it can be a normal day. The survivor said she goes on the train all the time, and most of these places mainly ride a lot of trains. And if it's not maintained properly, this is what it can lead to: severe casualties and a lot of sadness, but absolutely crazy situation. We'll keep up with this to see if they tell us the exact reason why the train derailed. But 42 people have been confirmed dead. It's a tragic situation no matter how you look at it. Absolutely tragic situation. Let me know your thoughts on that whole situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a tragic world.